field ready to start their next drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago. Their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along. And from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively. And this team now has an identity.
Right back to Dobbins on that one, good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing Nix. They'll swing this out to Harvey. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's second down. The Broncos at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun is Nix. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
That was a round run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first and swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Nix to the air. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. He'll try to pick it up himself. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And a safety the last go-around. That's how we arrive at this 2-0 score. See if they can respond.
Such an oddity, isn't it? See those 2 points go up on the board. No like soccer. Exactly. And know that you did it to give those points up for your team. Now they're just looking to get back out on the field and make up for it.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Packer first down.
On play action, Fields. A throw left side. It's hauled in by Golden. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't give it to him. It's incomplete.
Two drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They snap it to Fields. That is caught. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off for the first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he's going to be hemmed in and blocked down right at the line of scrimmage. It was D.J. Jones who was there for the tackle. But you look at this Bronco defense. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Here's Fields. He'll try and do this himself. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down.
Here we go.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. That's caught downfield. It's Golden. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 25 yards that time.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Jacobs going to try to middle. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
In motion goes the tight end. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
319, just that. Hey, 551, 551. Hey, 10. Extend. Go.
Now Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the option right is Fields. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Justin Fields taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Packers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Working out of the gun is Nix. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
They'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line.
And I'm not sure if he got a little sloppy with his mechanics or just put too much juice on the snap. But either way, this one ends up out of the punter's reach. And now it's up to their defense to bail them out.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you got someone to tackle him. And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here we go. Hey, Ken, 319, just hut.
Back to throw, Fields. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 33. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a 1st down.
And this one nearly intercepted. That one might need to go back to the drawing board. Almost a disaster. And it winds up just an incomplete pass, though. This quick pass complete to Sutton. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the air with Nix. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Oh, I said. Ready.
To throw, here's Nix. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now a 2nd and 2.
Captain. Bombers.
Now it's Nix. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And that flag accepted.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Caught on the right side, Reed. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games.
Nowhere to turn here. He's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And this turns into a nice game with a slide at the end. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Able to find his man, Kraft. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
1st and goal, Green Bay.
Now it's Fields. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Delta. 331. 3.
Here's Fields. And they're going to get it. They bring it down to sack back at the 16-yard line. Nick Bonito has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by McManus is good. And that will do it for this first half.
Broncos 9.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Here we go.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime? And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Packers. Matthew Golden, 65 yards. And the Packers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Nix from the shotgun. Now he's going to step up and run. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. To throw is Nix. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
Gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Captain. Hey, that's my man. I got him.
Here's Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Bombers.
Throwing Nix. Now he'll tuck this and run. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. That's complete out left on Luke. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on third down. Even better decision.
Operating from the gun, here's Hicks. On the slant, completes to Sutton. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
From the 29, here's second down at 5. Here's Nix once more. That's going to be caught by Waddle. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Nix to the air. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Brandon Ayuk, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are back within a couple of the lead. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Captain. Bombers.
They'll look to throw. And now he's going to go down. A big sack, and they're unable to tie it. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 50, here's Fields. Now he's going to step up and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
From the 42 now, here's second and 2. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. All play action, Fields. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
There he goes. Broncos, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. Here's a 2nd and 5. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Trying to run forward with Jacobs. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground, because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 21 season. And the Packers are able to stretch out their lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. Able to locate his running back open downfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And they can't bring him down.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
A gain of 19 yards. Here we go. 1st down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Jacobs. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now Fields. The connection with his running back, Josh Jacobs. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Extend. Here we go. All right. 19 wins. 19 wins. Here we go.
Fields. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Tucker Kraft, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. McManus's point after is good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it. And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
From the gun on 3rd down, Nix. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Back to throw again. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Bombers, ready.
To throw, here's Nix. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Ready.
Now it's Nix. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And this is caught. Touchdown. Brandon Ayuk. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Captain.
They'll try and throw for it, but he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th.
21. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Here we go.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go. All right. All right.
To throw is Fields. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he's been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
He'll get this to Elliott. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
In motion, the tight end.
331.
Fields now to throw. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 28. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Extend. Don't jump. Ready? Hey, Ken. 319. Hey, Ken. Alpha. Go.
Back to throw. Fields. Now he's going to step up and run. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Nick Bonito getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Second and 10. A give, it's Jacobs off the option. Down right around the 25. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Now it's Fields. And he is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free. And
he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Ezekiel Elliott, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Packers are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Now McManus for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. To throw is Nix. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Here's Nix. Open man is Waddle, complete. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Oh, my son! Ready!
Throwing Nix. He's going to let it fly. That is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Nix to throw again. Now he'll tuck this and run. He gets this into the hands of Harvey. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line.
And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, that is incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready!
They'll look to throw again. Gets this to Waller on the crossing route. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Darren Waller, 27 yards. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Once again, they'll line up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. Ask you as a forward DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Here we go.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 55 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Left with no option here but to throw it away.
I tell you, he's been running for his life all game long. They've sacked him time after time. And here he's again forced to beat the retreat. And he's got to throw this ball away.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. That's to Golden. He's got it right side. And he has a Packer 1st down. And that should be the one that finishes the script. That one looks like he'll throw here. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Here we go. Hey, Ken, 222. Is that all right?
One play action. Fields. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So here's a 3rd and 14.
Alpha. 319, 319.
Here's Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He'll try to do it himself. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there.
13 yards on the play. That's good for Broncos. First down.
Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Packers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
11.
From his own end zone, Fields. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his
He's unable to pick up the first. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. Here's 1st and goal. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence and made it happen for a victory.